Before this video starts, can we talk about this pre-order theme real quick? It's got the Kingdom Hearts menu sound effects. I am never changing this theme, ever! Hey everybody, it's BONDofGAMES and welcome to the road to Kingdom Hearts 3, new and improved. If you want to just skip straight to the gameplay, feel free, but real quick before we start, I want to address a couple things about this game, the series, what's going on my channel regarding these games, and oh my god, I can't wait, so I'm going to try to make this as short and sweet as possible. Alright, as I said, this is the new and improved Road to Kingdom Hearts 3. What that means is I'm going through every single Kingdom Hearts game all over again. Oh my god, just get okay. In order, as you see on screen: Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, Re-Chained Memories, 358 over 2 days, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, Birth by Sleep Final Mix, and Recoded. In that order, that's how I'm doing all these games. And then after these are done, I'm going to be doing Kingdom Hearts 2.8, including Dream Drop Distance HD and the Birth by Sleep Fragmentary Passage 0.2. In order, that's how this is going. For those of you that are concerned or wondering, no, the game itself is not included for 358 over 2 days or Recoded. It's just movie cutscenes, so to speak, about 3 hours each. I'll be replaying the DS version of Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days and including these new cutscenes. Well, not new cutscenes, they're basically the same. They might be a little better looking, but regardless, I just want to have a fully high quality 1080p 60 frame recording of every single game as we get to the road to Kingdom Hearts 3, as we finish the entire series once again. And one last thing before we begin here today, I just want to point out, yeah, I'm going through all these games again, and we've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 for a long time now. If you're a fan of the Kingdom Hearts series like I am, and you've been playing all the games since the beginning, well then, you've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 for over a decade. If you're new to the series, stay tuned, we're in for a heck of a ride. But if you're a veteran, I'm gonna put something in your head right now, whether you realize it or not. Kingdom Hearts 1 came out in 2002. Could have been a standalone game. You'll see what I mean by the end. Chain of Memories came out afterwards. And then between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, there was a 3-year gap. Kingdom Hearts 2 came out in 2005. It is now 2017. Assuming Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out in 2018, that'll be 13 years. Some people are like, what? Okay, it's a long time, whatever. For those of you that are true Kingdom Hearts fans, the fact that I said the number 13 in particular, you're probably sitting there thinking, oh my god, game theories and oh my god, speculations and no, stop, now I'm gonna think about it. I apologize, but I just feel it had to be said. Without any further ado, we're going through all this perfect 1080p 60 frame goodness. Enjoy this intro. Let's go. By the way, I'm playing every game on the hardest difficulty possible. In this case, Proud Mode. Let's go.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real? Or not?
So much to do, so little time. Take your time. Don't be afraid. The door is still shut. Now step forward. Can you do it? Yep. And oh my god, the game already. This is my first time experiencing the game for myself in 60 frames. And even just. It looks better than the PS3 version on its own. Even without the 60 frames, it just looks better. At least in my opinion. I just straight up feel like it looks better. Like, saturation's better. Like, everything looks a little sharper. And oh my god, the 60 frames is gorgeous. Alright, so to briefly explain the way this LP is gonna go, I will not be talking over cutscenes. I will be trying to read out most of the dialogue between characters, and I'll try to explain whether it's briefly or in depth for basically all your decisions and stuff like that throughout the game. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump up here first. Power of the warrior, invincible courage, a sword of terrible destruction. Is this the power you seek? Even though that last part didn't sound too great? Yes! Terrible destruction, making it sound like something terrible is actually about to happen. Well, some terrible things are about to happen, which is why we need to pick the sword. Now, here, I think I'm going to give up the shield. The power of the guardian. Kindness to aid friends, a shield to repel all. You give up this power, even though it sounds amazing. It doesn't sound like you'd want to give them up at all. Yeah, that's what I give up. You've chosen the power of the warrior. You've given up the power of the guardian. This is the form you choose. Alright, I'm gonna say yes, but basically what is happening here is we're determining what our level up abilities and stats are gonna be. If you choose the sword, there are certain abilities that you'll get earlier. You'll get more strength boosts rather than magic boosts or HP boosts, defense boosts, or other stuff like that. And then obviously you pick the magic staff, you get magic based. The shield, you get defense and HP based. You get the gist of it. But for one reason and one reason alone, there's a certain ability that you get much earlier if you play with the sword. I'm going with the sword first for that one reason alone. And one other thing, I may hint at certain things that happen later in this game or other games. I might just briefly tease it, but please do not be under the impression that I don't know what I'm doing in the game and that I don't understand the story. Trust me, I know the whole story. But the style that I choose to go with whenever I do Let's Plays is I choose to not talk about stuff that's going to happen later. I talk as if I don't know. So that's just a little heads up for those of you that are new here. And if you are new here and you're enjoying so far and you want to catch up with the rest of the series as it goes on, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And regardless if you're new or old and you're enjoying at all, hit the like button. Let's see if we can get this as successful as my earlier Kingdom Hearts LPs were. Let's see if we can get to 200 likes. Let's see if we can do that. Anyway, those enemies just appeared. We attacked them and killed them. We got experience. With enough experience, you gain a level. And then I was taking too long and all that stuff. Despawn. Those little green orbs were basically health orbs. And that restores your HP. And then let's not even talk about MP because we can't even use magic. So it's kind of irrelevant to talk about right now. It's kind of weird. Anyway, generally, you'll automatically target at the nearest enemy, but you can lock on a specific enemy by targeting with R1. And there you go. And now we just gotta sit here and fight all these guys. And as you may notice, I took a lot of damage from that one hit. That's because I'm playing on Proud Mode. Proud Mode, you take double the damage and you deal half the damage, I'm pretty sure, to enemies as if you were playing on Standard Mode. And I almost want to say that you deal double the damage and take half the damage on easy mode, but you might only take half the damage. I don't know about the damage dealing part. Also, if you're new to the Kingdom Hearts series in general and you have no idea what's going on, trust me, we didn't either. Oh my god, I just can't imagine this game being any more beautiful than it already is. Also, before I move on, I want to point out that on the last screen, or the last platform we were on, she's not supposed to be a brunette! Anyway. Alright, this is the field icon. It pops up whenever a special command is available, and then just press triangle to examine it. That was a new feature included in the PS3 versions. Originally, you had to go in your command menu and go down to the bottom and hit X. So glad they added that shortcut, because that was introduced in Kingdom Hearts 2, and they just introduced it into the remix versions as well. Very, very thankful for that. Alright, as I just said, you can push large crates, but I'm just going to smash it first. Can I please? Thank you. You're going to have to smash it anyway, and then you get a potion out of that. Potions restore 20 of your HP. And literally just go to your items, use the potion, and then there you go. Wouldn't waste it right now, though. And right there, it was supposed to show you that you can lift up barrels and small objects like that, but let's not even worry about it. Let's try to make some progress. Because I held you guys here for a little while longer than I wanted to with that intro, so we're trying to make a little bit of progress. But just so you guys know, Kingdom Hearts is my favorite series of all time. And he's saying, first tell me more about yourself. Yeah, I think I am. Kingdom Hearts is my favorite series of all time. I love every game in the series. Definitely not equally, but as a linear series, the story, most of the gameplay, one of my favorite gameplays of all time, favorite story of all time for sure. Now let me talk to these guys. You may recognize them from the Final Fantasy series. For those of you that didn't know, Kingdom Hearts is a crossbreed of Disney and Final Fantasy characters. We'll run to the Disney characters eventually. So, what are you so afraid of? Getting old, being different, and being indecisive. Basically, what's happening here is I'm going to answer all the first answers. So, what's most important to you? Being number one, friendship or my prized possessions? Being number one. What do you want out of life? To see rare sights, to broaden my horizons, or to be strong? See rare sights, huh? You're afraid of getting old. You want to be number one. You want to see rare sights. Now, what is about to be said is extremely important. And they kind of say it without really saying it. And I didn't really get this when I was younger until I looked at a guide and I was like, oh my god, this makes sense. But anyway, it says your adventure begins at dawn. As long as the sun is shining, your journey should be a pleasant one. Basically what they're doing here is making an analogy. So if you answer all the first questions, your adventure begins at dawn. You start leveling up with less experience needed. As long as the sun is shining, your journey should be a pleasant one. Once you get into higher levels, it's going to take a much longer time to level up than had it been previously. The exact opposite is going to be said if you choose the third options, where it's going to take longer to level up at the beginning, but as you get to the end, it's going to take a little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less of experience once you reach a certain point. So when it comes to level grinding, you won't be taking so long if you choose that route. And then if you choose all the second options, it's going to be a linear balanced path. It's going to be a balanced formula. It's not going to be an exponential increase or decrease. So this is the path I'm choosing. The day you will open the doors both far off and very near. And we won't even understand what that means till the end of the game. But yeah, the reason I choose this is because I like to just get the game going, and I don't particularly care about being balanced or over leveled. I actually think it's a little more of a challenge to be under leveled for most of the game. Anyway, press the options button to open the menu screen. I like how they actually had to change it to options because start is no longer a button on the PlayStation 4 controller. Had they let that as start, I would have been like, In the main menu, you can do things like view your inventory and status or configure your game settings. However, you can't open the menu during a battle. Thanks for that fun fact, because guess what we're about to be in? Also, fun fact, had you chose the staff or the shield, you would have been swinging it the same exact way as you're swinging the sword, but you'd be swinging a staff or a shield. So, yeah, the staff at least makes sense. I mean, it's a staff. But with the sword, I'm sorry, the shield, you're swinging a shield like it's an actual weapon. It's kind of funny. Anyway, you saw that I just leveled up. I got a strength boost, so I'm going to do a little more damage when I do my attacks now. All right, this is a save point. Touch save points to recover HP and MP. Press triangle to save and blah, 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 blah. That's the gist of it. Now, that's going to be extremely helpful. Instead of wasting your items, you can just hover over a save point whenever you find one, and there you go. You'll automatically restore your way to full. And then to save. Bada boom, bada bing. And I was kind of curious how long it would take to save because we haven't really gotten to an area yet where we're jumping between location to location. And what I mean is like going through a barrier to go from, like, going through a door, for example. We haven't gone through an area where there's a loading screen per se. Everything we've been doing so far is just scripted, but the loading screens are so much faster compared to the other versions. Anyway, the closer you get to the light, the dirtier your shadow becomes. Well, that's just basic science there, buddy. But don't be afraid. Yeah, just keep getting closer to the light. And make the darkness bigger. And don't forget. must be very close to life because that thing is getting giant! Oh my god, you look gorgeous, big boy! I'm gonna get out of the way now. Alright, so this is a trick that I like to do with this guy. He's gonna punch into the ground and make all these smaller enemies pop out at you. Defeating them will still give you your HP orbs like normal, but this is your first boss of the game already. There's no health bar or anything visible yet. So what I like to do, just to speed up the beginning of the game, we could already be about halfway done the fight right now, but technically I haven't done anything. What I like to do is when he shoots these orbs at you, I like to deflect them back. What you're seeing is tech points. That's literally experience points. So deflecting them gives you 1 point. It hitting him gives you 2 points. Basically every enemy has, well, not every enemy, most enemies have something like that, where if you deflect them or block them a certain way or attack them with a certain ability that's their weakness, you'll get points for deflecting or blocking, and you'll get points for making contact. In this particular case, you end up getting 3 experience per hit. Whereas each of these guys only give you 1, and you have to do a string of combos. You swing at him once, you get 3 experience. And then he started shooting 3 orbs, so that turned into 9 experience. So when he gets down again, he's about to shoot 3 again, and then I think he's going to be able to shoot 5 in this fight. But by waiting a little longer in this particular fight, you just get that much more experience for when you start playing for real. Maybe it's not the most time beneficial plan, but it's just what I like to do. I do this every time. What the heck? Like, excuse you? I'm actually salty about that. I'll blame adjusting to 60 frames on that one. Like, okay, hold up. Like, I had already executed the swing. It's weird that they made contact. They didn't mess up the first couple times. That's weird. Oh well. This is just gonna take a little bit longer then. But this is basically the end of this episode after I beat this boss, so no biggie. Let me hurry up and get some HP orbs so I can stop beeping. Oh, by the way, I didn't really explain it, but when you're locked on to enemies, press L2 and R2 to switch. I mean, I think they might have said it, I might have skipped over it, but not 100% positive. But press L2 and R2 to switch between enemies that you want to lock on to. I'm pretty sure it's only going to take 1 more swing to kill him. So that makes me even saltier. Let's go, big boy. And boom. And then by beating me, you get 18 total. So we get a lot of experience just from this first fight. And trust me, it's completely unnecessary. It's just something that I like to do. But don't be afraid. You hold the mightiest weapon of all. Is it a sword? Is it a glove? So don't forget. You are the one who will open the door. And I am the one that will end the episode. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.